Welcome to part 6 of Dynasty Warriors 3, and in this episode, we are going to be going to Jie Ting, the battle that is infamous for Ma Su screwing up the whole rotation, causing Zhuge Liang a really huge loss. All because Ma Su did not listen. This battle is definitely infamous. If you're playing on Shu, it is the hardest battle in the game. But if you're playing in Wei, this is the easiest battle in the game. Ironically enough, as Xiao Yue, I kinda skip a couple of battles. But first, the introduction. Yeah, this battle is also infamous because this was Zhang He's last stand, if I'm not mistaken, because Zhuge Liang defeated him. But that's not going to be the case here. Oh, and I'll talk about those missing battles later. Speaking of who, first off, before I talk about the stage, I need to mention I forgot that there was 4 battles, not 3. Silly me. Because it was Tongate, Chirbi, Mount Dingjun, and Fan Castle. Even though Xiao Yue only participated in 3 out of the 4. Mount Dingjun, he is nowhere to be found. Anyway, about this stage, we are supposed to take down the enemy officers and go to the supply depot, but not only that, capture the position where Ma Su is. This is actually pretty easy. And then this guy shows up. Sorry if I'm talking over the cutscene, but he doesn't have really much to say because of the Hulk speak that has been his trademark throughout every single Dynasty Warrior game. But yes, Wei Yan actually has a weapon here in this stage. And in order for it to actually unlock it, we have to keep Ma Su from being defeated. Oh, and there's the fairy wine. And sorry if I'm talking over the cutscenes again, but yeah, Ma Su has to be kept safe. He has to initiate a downhill charge, but you have to defeat the officer of Zhang He in order for you to stop Ma Su from being defeated. And then you have to take down all the rest of the officers and defeat Sima Yi, basically. As for Zhen Ji, she has a weapon here too, and her weapon consists of you defeating Jiang Wei, and that is basically it. As for Jiang Wei himself, since he should be here, but apparently he's not right at this moment, Jiang Wei actually has a requirement too, and that is for him to defeat all of Sima Yi's officers before dealing with Sima Yi himself. And now we run into Ma Chao. Yeah, Ma Chao is basically one of the dangerous ones in the game. Actually, this is his debut game here, I forgot to mention. I mean, I'm not too familiar with when everybody's debut games were, or at least I don't remember one of the two. Actually, it's the latter rather than the former. But Macho, he is basically a person that tends to break your guard with some of his spear tactics. Although he's not as bad as Zhang He, because in this game, Zhang He is pretty damn broken. I did mention that. I know I remember mentioning that in Dynasty Warriors 5. But Zhang He has moves that can easily break your guard. And his fifth weapon would make things even worse. Considering that lightning really hurts in this game. But whatever the case, you're going to have to search throughout the entirety of Jie Ting in order for you to find the supply depot that you need to take. Ma Su is now preparing to make an attack on Zhang He. What you're supposed to do is stop him. Now, if he's successful in making this attack, well, your morale goes down. Sorry about that. It's the alarm clock of doom, and that's what I'm going to be calling it from here on in. And stop bucking, stupid horse. I think that was a dim sum. I'm not sure. But whatever the case, we need to go over there and stop Ma Ting from actually taking over the area. But if Ma Su, I got the wrong Ma. Good Lord have mercy, what am I thinking? Anyway, we have to stop Ma Su from taking over the area, and we have to defeat his officers as well, because he's already launched an ambush, or tried to launch an ambush, and is failing miserably. Again, this is easy. Once you find the supply depot, which is somewhere in the south, in the lower end corner, then things would be a little bit easier on you, and that would completely lower Zhuge Liang's morale. It would definitely lower Zhang Wei's morale, because, again, Zhang He comes in with a very high morale if, by any chance, Ma Su actually succeeds in taking the enemy by surprise, and of course Zhang He actually succeeds in defeating him. And now that Zhang He has controlled the summit and now is launching a downhill strike of his own, things are about to take a turn for the better, since our morale will be shooting up, and now all units will be focusing on finding a supply depot, which I do believe Zhang He is somewhere in the vicinity. If not, there is a good chance that Xiao Yue will show up, and if he shows up, good Lord, we are going to be in some serious trouble, because again, he's going to be coming with high morale as well. But if the attack is successful, it's Zhang He that'll show up, and he's probably the harder of the two, because he'll be riding in with high morale. Xiao Yue, sorry, what I said Zhang He, I mean Xiao Yue's appearance is going to actually make the morale of Zhuge Liang go up, as well as his own morale. But defeating Wan Ping will actually give access to the supply depot that we just so happen to find. So, once we kill off a couple of officers, well, I do believe we found a supply depot. Wait, I think I'm supposed to take a guard down too. Let's kill these crossbowmen, kill everything here. Oh wait, I'm already here. Since we succeeded in actually stopping the ambush and taking the supply depot, now Zhuge Liang's morale will drop completely. But to make things even worse for Zhuge Liang, now Xiao Yue appears. Well, Xiao Yun is actually weaker than Jiang Wei, but Xiao Yun comes in with morale. So this is going to be a tough fight. And of course, I already conquered all of Dynasty Warriors 2 with Xiao Yun, so there really wasn't much to actually say about this guy. He's gotten the ability to charge, which could make for him to be much more deadlier than what he was in the very first game that he... Okay, I should say the second game, where he actually had some pretty nifty combos. But whatever the case, I made short work of Xiao Yun because I got the jump on his ass. And now, all that is left is to deal with Zhuge Liang. And, by the way, Zhuge Liang was from Dynasty Warriors 2. However, this is actually the first time he is established as a... No, that's not the first time, really. He is more of a credible threat himself, but not as bad as his subordinates. He still have some rather powerful moves that can break your guard, but his weapon overall is weak. Now, once it gets to level 3, however, and higher, then he has more guard-breaking moves and naturally has the ability to summon elements. He is one of the first group of people that could do this. Before, that is, getting the level 4 weapon for Zhuge Liang. And also before that actually gets incorporated in his moveset permanently in Dynasty Warriors 4. He's like the first one to do this. So bear that in mind, that he is one of those guys that can attack you from long range. So be careful. Well, I was going to continue talking, but I started coughing and I had to stop. So yeah, now we go on to take on Zhuge Liang. So the thing about Zhuge Liang, again, he does have moves that can break your guard and also can summon elemental magic in the midst of fighting you. So that's something that needs to be taken into account. I mean, the elements aren't nearly as strong until he actually gets his level 4 weapon, and also until he gets to Dynasty Warriors 4, where he can actually freeze and actually paralyze you, burn you, or even poison you without actual elements. So bear that in mind if you play Dynasty Warriors 4. Here, he actually can summon some elements and can break your guard. It's not in your best interest to take Zhuge Liang lightly and get used to seeing him, because trust me, he will come back. So I'm going to try to chop down his guards so he won't be nearly as vicious as he was going to be if I hadn't. So knocking down his morale completely dropped to just about nothing. This should be an easy battle, but he does have high defense because of defense boosts without morale. I mean, he's a boss character. Of course he's going to have a high defense. And why are you trapping me in the corner? Anyway, Zhuge Liang has been defeated, and I still can't believe that officer just trapped me in the damn corner. I could have finished this by now if it wasn't for him. And we have finished the Battle of Jie Ting. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done here. Yeah. And, of course, I did pick up some weapons along the way. And I don't need most of them because I'm not going back to level 2 nor level 3. That would be suicide. Now, if you're actually starting off with a level 2, by now you should have a level 2. Because you'll end up getting a level 3 by the... Oh, wait, that's right. Dragon Amulet's here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot to mention that. But as I was saying, by the time you actually get to the end of the game, you'll get a level 3. But you'll start getting level 2s at least as early as like part 5. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are done here, and in the next episode, we are going to end Xiao Dun's run. This is RVman985. See you guys next time in the Battle of Wuzang Plains.